You can tell from time to time when you're playing a show and there's maybe somebody in a Foo Fighter t-shirt, and you can tell they're kind of looking at you like, what's this guy doing? Why is he doing that?
Hey everyone, I'm Katie Daryl, and today kicking it with me is Chris Shiflett. How are you, dude?
I'm good. How you doing?
I can't complain because I'm at home and I'm not lost at sea, which is the title of your new album, which brings on a little bit of fear and panic. What's going on, dude? Do we need to talk about it?
I know, yeah, it's a tough one. Like, if you look at, I always go through all my lyrics, when I'm trying to figure out what to call a record, and I took it's a little bit of a line from the song Overboard, and the whole line is baby, you and me should get lost at sea, or something like that. So it's really more of like, it's not
romantic.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, we should get lost at sea, and then it ties into the whole thing. So, it's more, it's supposed to be a little more romantic than that, but.
Well, I like that you could have taken the easy road with your solo work, and this isn't your first solo project. You've been doing solo stuff for a very long time. A lot of people tuning in right now know you from the Foo Fighters, but your solo work is a very country/Americana vibe. And you could have gone the easy route and just been like, I'm just going to put out some alt rock. But you went and you followed your heart. Were you scared to do that, knowing that it was going to be a little bit more of a climb uphill with some of your fans?
No, I mean, it's something I never really thought about too much when I was doing it. It's just kind of where my tastes have gone over the years. But you definitely, you can tell from time to time when you're playing a show and there's maybe somebody in a Foo Fighter t-shirt or whatever, a rock and roll t-shirt, and you can tell they're kind of looking at you like, what's this guy doing? Why is he doing that?
Well, you mentioned it's where your taste has changed over the years. Much like when we're kids, you don't like Dijon mustard, right? It's an acquired taste, horseradish and that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
You gotta try it. What was your gateway? What made you take a moment and look outside of the genre that you were originally focused on?
Well, I mean, I always liked a lot of different kinds of music. I think most musicians are pretty eclectic in their tastes. And I always had an appreciation for old country music, but didn't really know it, and I didn't even really know where to begin. And the kind of the jump off point for me was like the mid 90s, alt country stuff that started coming out. And then I just kind of kept going back from there. But as far as the classic country stuff, it was like Merle Haggard and Buck Owens and stuff like that. And I think when you're young, it's maybe a little harder to relate to the things that they're singing about. So it's like when you get a little bit older and you've got a little life experience under your belt, maybe their songs make a little more sense,
Yeah, absolutely. Tom Petty, he's huge. He's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I would say he's probably one of those things that become a gateway drug into what you're doing, right?
Sure. And lots of stuff like Petty for sure. I mean, you could throw the Stones in there. It's definitely a gateway drug into kind of roots music, and even the Beatles too. Like those early Beatles records. There's it's not country or anything, but it's pretty close to rockabilly. And those things are pretty closely related. So. All of the above, all that sort of that side. I was thinking about it the other day because I was listening to some Springsteen, even like a lot of Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
I love Bruce Springsteen, and a lot of his songs could easily, with just slight tweaks to the instrumentation and kind of vibe, those could be country songs too. He's definitely that country thing of storytelling in lyrics. I think that Springsteen definitely falls into that.
Well, the new album is called Lost at Sea. It is available on October 20th. Do you have the first day of school jitters?
Oh, man. Well, what I have is the vinyl right here. Look at that.
Ooh,
that's what I got.
Pretty.
Look at that. Yeah, I just got this the other day and opened it up and got to look at all the nice details inside, lots of details. So we've been working on this for a while. I started recording this record in the spring of 2021, and just kind of recorded it on and off over the course of that year. And then once we got it done, we had to figure out like how I was going to put it out and who I was going to work on it with, all that stuff. So it's been something I've been working on for quite a while. So I'm really happy that the whole thing is coming out. We've been putting out songs all year, but we'll finally have the whole thing out there. And it almost feels like it's time to make another one, but this one hasn't even come out yet. You know what I mean? But I gotta get it together and get back out there and do another one here soon.
Well, and you are recently honing your guitar skills. We gotta talk about the podcast. It's so great.
I'm coming to you from this is my podcast cave right here.
It's amazing.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was just recording the intros and outros to a couple episodes right before I jumped on with you. So we just put out Brad Paisley, that episode. The next one's Charlie Starr from Blackberry Smoke, and then the one after that is going to be Blake from Jawbreaker, and I think the one after that is Mike McCready from Pearl Jam. So we got a ton of them coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me about your guitar skill. Are you able to read music, or are you by ear type of guy? So learning things, how do you do it? Because these guys come onto the podcast, obviously you chat, we get the great backstory, but what I'm really hanging on for is them teaching you some of their epic, riffs.
Yeah, and I've already learned so much from doing these. That's been kind of the whole point. It's been really fun, and I got a whole new bunch of licks from it already, but I don't really read music. I took a fair amount of lessons when I was a kid, and then really just started playing in bands like in high school. And I still take lessons here and there, and I like taking lessons, and I like learning. There was a period there when my kids were really young and they were taking piano lessons, where I had to learn how to read music to sort of help them with their lessons. Yeah. But I never got to the point where I could sight read, and at this point, probably never will. I'm guessing, but yeah, it's been really fun, and I've talked to such a range of players too it's exciting.
Well, the podcast is fantastic. So if anyone watching hasn't taken the time to stalk Chris, make sure you do that, because it is well worth the watch. It's very entertaining. Now, listen, before we go, we know that you already know how to fight Foo. I need to play a little game and challenge you on other things to fight. Would you rather fight a bear or a crocodile?
I'm gonna go crocodile. I don't know why. It just feels like I stand a better chance against a crocodile.
All right. Would you rather fight a zombie or an alien?
I'm going alien.
The unknown.
That's right.
And last but not least, would you rather fight a T-Rex or a megalodon shark?
Oh, I'm going to go megalodon shark, because I'm going to lose either one of those, but I might as well be in the ocean. You know what I mean?
It seems like a faster death just by drowning versus bleeding out.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
Chris, thank you so much for hanging out today. Everyone needs to make sure they grab the new album. It's available October 20th. It's called Lost at Sea, and it's awesome. Drop the needle on the first track, and you're going to enjoy it. Have a great one, dude.
Thank you.
Hey there. Thanks for watching AXS TV. Subscribe, follow, like, and do all the good stuff. And make sure you leave a comment below. I don't know. Just let us know what your favorite AXS TV show is, or who your favorite bands are, and what artists you're into, or just say hi, man. I'd like to be told hi. We love hearing from you. That's the point, all right? Keep it coming.